This is a fundamentals of chess tournament that will really make you a better player. This is one of the things that helps to forge you from beginner to intermediate. It's called a pin, and a pin is what is among the 4 basic tactics which we'll learn about later. A basic tactic is something that will get you something you want in a chess game, and it's common. So this is called a pin. A pin is where one piece pins another piece to the piece behind it. So if a bishop, a knight, and a king, all in that order, were lined up on the same diagonal, then the knight would be pinned. I will show you what I'm talking about. And this very common pin that happened in the Louis Lopez, this knight cannot move because if it tries to, it'll then be attacking the king. So let's just give white a move. Now look at this knight. I'm trying to move it. No. 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 It can't move because of that bishop. It's pinning the knight. So that's called the Louis Lopez. And if you're playing the Louis Lopez as black, you want to play a6 and not d6 because that forces the bishop back. And then b5. Because that takes away all risk of your knight being pinned. And it makes your e-pawn safer. So let's look at another common pin. This one happens in one of the most common openings. It's filled with tactics. And try to guess what it's called because it's related to meatballs and pizza. Daddy, what's it called?
Meatballs and pizza?
Where are those both from?
The Italian game.
Yes, that's what it's called. And there are lots of traps that happen in the Italian game. But it's one of the most common openings. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5. No. Let's say you castle. And then this pawn advances. You develop your knight. And then, do you see a pin for black? Daddy, do you see a pin for black?
Let's see.
You can say it if you see it.
Pin for black.
How can black pin a knight?
By moving to... Would it involve the queen?
No, it involves the bishop.
The bishop.
The undeveloped bishop develops.
Oh yeah, the
pin a
bishop.
knight.
Yeah, the bishop would move to G. I can't see what the number is.
G4.
G4.
So, there are 2 different types of pins. There's an absolute pin and a relative pin. If we go all the way back to Louis Lopez, which I'm doing right now, and black decides to play d6, which is not a good move, it pins the knight. And the knight cannot move. This is an absolute pin. If the knight moves, it's against the rules of chess, because then the bishop attacks the king. But now if we go back to the Italian game, wait, what? Okay. That's just a super weird bug. I don't know why that word just randomly appeared, but it's fixed. Now, this knight can move. This is a relative pin. Well, it wouldn't want to. Let's say that the knight tried to go back to d2. You can take the queen. You saw that you could move the knight, but you don't want to. Now, Daddy, do you know what you can do to take advantage of a pin if you are pinning your opponent?
If you're pinning your opponent, you can make another move because that piece can't go anywhere.
Well, that doesn't really take advantage of the pin.
I'm not sure then. You should explain it.
So you put pressure on the pinned piece. Funmaster Mike says PP on the PP.
Oh, you put more pressure on it.
Yes, put pressure on the pinned piece. So I'm going to go all the way back to the Italian game pin. Let's say that White tries to develop. You can play knight to d4, and that knight can't take you because you would just lose the queen. But now you're just going to put more pressure on the knight. And you might even end up, White might even end up opening up the king. So, let's play a few more moves. Knight c3. Knight takes. The queen's not going to take back because then you just lose the queen. Pawn will take back. And now you just move the bishop. The rook slides over. And now White's in a really bad position. Don't you agree, Daddy?
Let's take a look at White.
White has a super weak king.
The king is weak.
Well, it's not real. Well, the only bad thing is that the king is weak.
Other than that, some other pieces are developed, but the king is weak.
Because White was not careful about the pin. So here's your homework. There was a mini chess game that I like to call the pin game. And I've never played it with Daddy, but I really should. And it's where you play a normal game of chess, but the objective is not to checkmate, but the objective is to make as many pins as you can. And then once the game ends in checkmate, you count who made the most pins, and that person wins. And in order to get your point for the pin, you have to correctly name it as absolute or relative. Remember, an absolute pin is when a piece is pinned to the queen. I meant the king. A relative pin is when it's just pinned to a more valuable piece, so it wouldn't want to move. So that's pins. I will see you next time for another basic tactic.